administration of mines, the liberalization and mobility of capital, impact of development paradigm on tribal economy, how this mining is affecting the tribal economy, particularly the health aspect, the women health of the women, how this is being affected by mining. So, what are the legislative regimes in mining and various of variants of several processes from benchmarks established for security of vulnerable communities. Mineral wealth in tribal area. You see, page number 304. You could see the mineral wealth in tribal area. Andhra Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh. This is the data of they have referred here some CSE, people by CSE. So Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Odisha, Rajasthan have ample number of mineral wealth. You could see this data in page number 305. Then administration of these mineral resources. Okay, there are mineral concession rules. There are Mines and Minerals Development Regulation Act of 1957, the Mining Act of 1952. So all these things are very essential to know. Those who are working in mining area, they should know these rules, regulations, so that it will be helpful for you to understand the people who are working in mining area. Impact of development on tribal economy. You see the policies, principles, sustaining mining. Here they have given the UN example, United Nations example, UNDP example. Source is there. Impact on women. See how women are being mostly affected by the mining. Largely, women have no rights over land or natural resources, and they are displaced by mining projects in patriarchal system. Wherever there has been mining, women economic status has been destroyed. They have lost their rights to cultivate their traditional crops and do not have access to forest produce for consumption or for livelihood. So they are forced to depend upon the mining only and depend upon the men. So the system has been created in that way. They are forced to depend. So the living conditions of women displaced by mining, uh, several physical and cultural, infrastructural, social customs, several angle you have to see, several angle you can analyze. Then the impact on air and water quality, how mining is affecting. So that's what. So these are the things you have to cover, and you have to face questions also. 5 questions, 6 mark questions, and 15-mark questions. Okay. Hope you are getting me. What I'm trying to say. 21 people are there. Okay. Hello, friends. Are you there? What I was telling you, I'll share some pictures from travel area. Okay. I'll share some pictures of my field work pictures, so that you could get a good idea. Okay. And let me open my. So we have more than 1 hour with us till 5 o'clock. You can ask any kind of questions or clarification, or yeah, I'll share here. Are you able to see my document files?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, I'm sharing this my PhD fieldwork photos. Okay, these are. I'll explain every photograph of whichever I'll present. I'll explain. This is just only for the reference purpose I am showing, okay, so that you will get to understand the tribal scenario, the tribal how these tribal communities are looking like. This is I'm talking about. This is the village I have already shared with you. The Juang community. These are the Juang community people. They are residing in one of the village called Kadalibadi village of Gonasika block of Keonjhar district in Odisha. Okay. See, these are the plots they have been used for this shifting cultivation. They used to slash these plants and burn it for, and then they sow the seeds with the help of digging sticks. And they used to cultivate one patch for 2 to 3 years. Then they used to shift to another patch. That is called shifting cultivation. Okay, so these are different shifting cultivation patches. You see in the top, these are all forest lands, but due to shifting cultivation, these are all degraded nowadays. Okay, so they are now taking their cattle to the. Are you able to see the cattle here? In the middle of the photo, they are the white small. They are the cattles. They are taking their cattles to the upland for the grazing. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These are the midday meal system. See these people how they are eating. They are only eating rice, dal, and egg. Okay. So in the name of means midday meal, they were provided this meal once in a day in the school. Okay. So these are the photos. This is the school where I used to stay during. I had stayed 11 months there in that school for my PhD fieldwork. Okay, so this is the situation. This is called Changu dance. The Zhuangs, their traditional dance is called Changu. The instrument which in their hand, that is called Changu. So the dance is called Changu dance. Okay, these are the male, these are the female dancers. They perform during night time after the whole day's work. These are the till seed, you know, na? Till oil. So this is the till land. This is the all till lands you will find in podu patches. These are all podu patches and till crops. Okay.
It's actually Niger, sir.
Niger.
Niger.
This is yes, Niger is that one also.
Because
We call
yellow flower is Niger.
Niger, right? This is the Niger.
Yeah.
This is the Manda Ghar, which I was talking about, the dormitory, na? In the institutional aspect, they used to come and sit there. This fire used to burn all through the year. They will never. This fire has to be burned all through the year. That is their tradition. It should not be what we call. मतलब वो आग वो कभी बुझेगा नहीं, इसको वो लोग कंटिन्यू करते रहते हैं. They used to continue that fire all through the year. So after the whole day's work, they used to sit. This is winter time. I used to conduct my field work during winter time. So they used to sit and discuss the matters of the village matters or anything. Mostly it's the everyday's affair. These are the Zhuang, and it's where they are sitting. That is called the Mandaghar or the dormitory, or the what you called the community house. Okay, so these are the few photos. This is one also Podu patch where they used to watch and guard the crops. You see one small hut is there, small hut. So they used to reside there at night to protect their crops. This is a non-tribal's house. This is scheduled caste. And they have two houses just a little bit far from the community, not within the community. They are scheduled caste people. These are tribal children, these are tribal youth, and most of them, they are working as wage laborers or migrant laborers in different area. Okay, this is the village. These are tribal children, though they used to help me. They are my source of information. They used to go with me everywhere. Means I used to go with these people everywhere. So that because they know the tribal area, because they are, that is their motherland. They know each and every corner. So I had to take their assistance during data collection. Yeah, here you see there are three types of. This is a Niger. The right side patch, yellow patch is Niger. Middle one is the rice, and the left corner yellow patch is the mustard. Okay, the left. These are the three crops. That's why this photo has been taken from the other side of the top of the hill. So it's very small, and this is the route. You see in between there is a kacha road, footpath road is there. That is the only road by through which you can or anyone can go to that village or come out of that village. Okay, are you getting me? Somebody was asking the connectivity in the beginning, whether road is there or not. So this is the road only. 13 kilometer I have to walk from the main road to this village. 13 kilometer I have to walk. Are you getting me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So this is the situation of tribal area. Just remember what you have studied in the textbook. Just relate these things. This is the degraded land. This is the community. Yeah, this is the photo I have already said. See the left side. Can you able to see the cursor which I am moving or not? Cursor you are not able to see, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cursor you are able to see. In the left side you can see the school.
It's visible.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the school, and this is the dormitory house. So I used to live in the school only. Yeah, if you see the yes please. I'm talking about the Keonjhar district of Orissa, Banspal block, Gonasika Gram Panchayat, and the village is Kadalibadi. Okay. See, these are the communities. This means this big circle. These are Juang community. The small one is the scheduled caste, 2 households. And in the beginning of the village, there are also 8 scheduled caste households are there. They are not coming under this picture. Their households are in the beginning of the village, so it's not there. Okay, I'm going forward. Yeah, this is the Mandaghar. This is the what you call the dormitory which I was talking about. See, we have taken this photo from the top of the hill. The boy who is handling a stick in his left hand, that is the digging stick. They used to dig the podu patches before sowing. So this is the traditional what you call digging stick and hoe, traditional implements of agricultural implements. Yeah, this is all Niger field. Here these people, they are taking their cows to the grazing land. Tendu patta, they are making it for dry. Tendu patta. Then see, I was here with the children. Means this is the dormitory house. I told na they used to keep their drums, their hunting equipments, cooking utensils, which are provided by the forest department. These are the community. These are the this lady is Raisu Juanga. Her name is Raisu Juanga. He is 75 years old. She's preparing that paper plate. See, these people, they used to take this paper plate to sell it in the tribal market. This is one check dam which is prepared by the Juang Development Agency in those villages, the tribal area. Means they used to collect the stream water. See, this is Niger. This is the storehouse of their leaf plates. See, these are the contractors, those who are, I told you, no, those are kacha roads. There are no pakka roads, so they are trying to make it concrete roads. These are the, so yeah, see these roads. These are the roads I was talking about. You can go by motorcycle, you can go by walk, you can go by cycle in these roads. But this is the some cultural. This is the ritual activity I participated. They are my respondent. These are not tribals, these are caste people, Gauda people. So they also helped me during data collection. See this Siali creeper and the tubers. See this woman is carrying fuel wood along with tendupatta. They are taking these leaflets to sell in the market. This tribal woman. See. Here the job card, the MGNREGA job card. So this person is distributing their amount, means daily wage amount. These are all government employees. Job card. Okay, these are all Naxal's pamphlets. Are you able to find out the symbol here?
Yeah, CPIML.
Yes. So interestingly, you know what happened? This when the road was constructed, this one, I have shown you one road here. Their contract, yes, they came to kill this contractor, this person. Okay, these Naxals. So I don't know what happened, but I left that area when I come to know that Naxals, they came to the village, in some nearby village they were there, and they were targeting this contractor. So I just left that my field area immediately because I don't want to just to avoid the conflict, because I am also an outsider there. So this is the contractor. They tried to kill that contractor, but I don't know what happened. I could not get the information later. So this is the tribal area. This is this. See, I was talking about the government's what you call government is providing the social or civic amenities. Like, see, they are taking potato or onion, a bag of potato or onion. This guy is holding a chicken, small chicken for this poultry. These things are being provided by government. Okay, but what's the point? They are, see, these people, no doubt you are providing them all these things, but the question is, are they really trained to continue with this kind of are they really trained enough to utilize those resources? Are there any facilities so that this broiler chicken can be survived there in this tribal area, so that they can use those poultry? So these are the questions we need to ask, whether these are country made chicken or broiler chicken, and are they well trained enough to do this poultry farming? So these things we need to think about that. Only simply giving is not enough. We have to build their capacity to sustain that resource, sustain that program. Okay, so these are nearby villages. These are the blacksmith of neighboring village. These are caste people, okay. See, these are crops they have collected from the stream. केंकड़ा बोलते हैं ना इसको, जो हिंदी वाले जानते हैं केंकड़ा, crops. So,
Yes, sir.
yes. So he used to collect this. See, this is the only source of water, the stream, in those areas. And in those stream, besides those streams, these paddy lands are there, which is very scanty, very few paddy lands. Yeah. See, this is one of my respondent. I was there in the top of the hill. You know, it's very difficult to go to the top of the hill, and every day these people used to go. I hardly went 4 to 5 times, but I lost my patience. You know, it's very tired, means physically exhausted. You'll be exhausted, and these tops, hilltops are looking very small, but they are not small. They are almost 5 to 7 kilometers. Every day they used to go for cultivation. These are some plantation plants they have. This is called what you call अफीम बोलते हैं इसको. I don't know what you call. Yes, tobacco leaves. This is cabbage. This is cabbage, and also tobacco leaves they were given to cultivate. These are tribal children. Behind them you can see the deconstructed houses. Indira Awas Yojana houses were being abandoned houses. You know, these kind of constructed houses are culturally not suitable for their community. Culturally, economically, geographically not suitable. But what government has done? Government has the provision to construct the houses, so they have constructed. They are least bothered about whether these tribal people are using or not, or they are satisfied or not. So this is the reality. See, this is the tribal children. I intentionally told these guys, you just open your mouth, I'll take a photo. So they have given this pose. Interesting. See, this Indira Awas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Gram Yojana, then how much money has been spent? You know, it's only the money part has been there in the left side, but it's not showing. Yeah, I see. 2,000 lakhs. Sorry, it's these are on in lakhs. Okay, these amounts. But are you able to see their physical infrastructure in this village? And this road construction, these are the construction of Suklapada village road, 2 lakhs rupees. This construction of Gonasika tank, 1 lakh rupees. Anyway, these are the figures which are available in the Gram Panchayat wall. So I have taken this photo. This is Gram Panchayat office. This is tribal market. These are the caste people, the Gauda people. So that's it. This is the village. Yeah, this is tobacco. I was talking about tobacco, no? This is tobacco. Yeah, this tribal youth, they were involved in forest cleaning. Means forest department people, they used to provide some money to so that they can clean the forest, and in the name of plantation, because in that village 70% land has been taken by the forest department in the name of plantation. Okay, so they are helping them in this plantation. These are different types of land: Toilo land, Guda land, Bilo land, different categories of land. See, this is called mancha. They used to stay at night to protect their crops in the top of the tree. So this is tribal area. This is one kind of oil seed. This is the traditional village head. Okay, this is a traditional village head. They are eating the sweet potato here, sweet potato and other roots. See, where I was staying in the school, these tribal kids, they used to come and read there. I was there in the school only. This is neighboring village. This is the source of water resources, the stream. So that's it. It's a tribal area. Just this is the Anganwadi. See the plantation area, like Siliguda mining company. This is a mining company has taken this what you called these villages, shifting cultivated lands in lease, and they have been planting some several what you called plants. Means these are forest department's project, but this mining company has taken lease. This is their sacred grove. As I told you, every community has their own sacred grove in the forest. This is who can say what is this? This in Oriya we call it dhinki, where you used to paddy. Yes,
machine.
yes, rice machines means handmade.
Milling,
Yeah, mills.
hand pound. Yeah.
Hand pound, right? So that's it. This is tribal area. So what you have studied in the textbook, you can relate it. Okay. Thanks, guys. It's wonderful to interact with you. Now, yes, we have some time to discuss. If you want, you can discuss, or what you want. Because till 5 o'clock, we have time till 5 o'clock.
And we can close early also, I think so.
If you have no questions or no queries, then we can close it. The resource management in a Juang Pidha of Keonjhar district, like the common properties like the forest, the grazing land, the water bodies, the village forest, or the cremation ground. What are the community's resources property? I was focusing on the community resource properties. That is called common properties. Means the community's ownership should be there on those properties. But if you see in the actual context, nothing is community's control. Everything is taken by the state. And in the name of development, I have shown how this grazing land is being degraded in the name of plantation. How shifting cultivated lands were taken in the name of plantation. Yeah, because shifting cultivation land is also a community's property. No? So, what is the role of the community? How government is trying to develop in the context of micro projects like Juang Development Agency is there. So those are my research findings. What are the socio-cultural issues they face due to the loss of common property resources in the village? Mostly the livelihood aspect. How they are losing their land, they are losing their resources, livelihood, so that they are forced to go for migrant labor, or and because of forest restriction, how they are losing their. These are the real things I am sharing. Minor forest products, they don't have any ownership rights. They are not able to collect MFP from the protected forest. And because of shifting cultivation, forest there is no forest cover that much. And what are the other things? Yeah, these are things. And what are the other institutions, their role, like the NGOs, the Panchayat, the Gram Sabha, the Forest Protection Committee, what is their role? How Forest Department is creating a major role in the degradation of their institution, traditional institution, as well as their common property resources. So what is the role of Forest Department in that context? So all these things I have covered.
Very interesting, sir.
And it's really painful, but painful in the initial stage. I felt painful in the fieldwork, but when I go deep into their problems, I discussed with them. When I took liquor like mahua or handia along with them in the evening, and they started believing me. They started sharing their stories, how forest department has taken their land in the name of plantation, how quarrel, how conflict is happening among in the community. The people who are helping forest department and the people who are opposing forest department. So after taking country made liquor, they used to share everything. Otherwise, it's not. So it's a really good experience, but tough one.